There's a quick post that covers the age-old scenario where a guy finds out that his wife or girlfriend was way more adventurous in the bedroom with an ex than she is with him. Essentially, she settled for this guy. And no guy wants to hear that and think that he's just some guy that she settled for. And in the situation here, this guy had a girlfriend for 3 years, thought things were really good, and then her ex-boyfriend, who he learns was quite the jerk, sent him messages on Facebook taunting him a bit, saying she's going to come back to him, and sent him pictures and videos of them doing all sorts of things that he doesn't want to see, and all sorts of things that she never does with him. And eventually you're going to see how he handles the situation, and you can just say she's having a meltdown here. And this boils down to the fact that no guy wants to be settled for. And there's two stories here. The one, how he handles it, and the second, the comment section. Because the comment section is tearing him apart. And saying how horrible he is, he's a little boy, should just accept that she has a past, blah, blah, blah. And they fail to realize no guy wants to be the one that is settled for and gets the bare minimum. Same way as a gal wouldn't want to get the bare minimum from her guy when the ex may have gotten way more in terms of romance and stuff like that. Never ceases to amaze me how people just don't understand human behavior. Title. My girlfriend's ex sent me a message that changed everything. He says, me and my girl have been together for 3 years. She is 23 right now and I'm 25. We have a good relationship, fun, pretty good SCX. It may be pretty good, but it's nothing compared to what the ex got. We've been planning our future, getting married in 2 years. Smack! Are you nuts? Dude, way too soon. We had trips and I was planning to propose next month. Smack! Well, you're dodging a big one. Everything was great until yesterday. I was at my house, one of her exes, and I don't know how he got my profile, sent me messages on Facebook saying how she settled down and she will come back to him. I just opened it up and left it there. After 30 minutes later, he sent me another message. This time it was photos and a video. The video was, as you guessed it, their tape. She was acting different, talking different, and doing things she said she didn't like when I tried doing that type of stuff with her. And she was also calling him daddy. Something tells me she wasn't calling this guy daddy. The worst part was she was having a big O a lot and saying a lot of stuff, calling how big his you-know-what was, which looked more than above average. I have average. It's how she can't take it, and the photo was their text. She was talking to him different and how she can't wait to have SCX with him again, even if it made her sore. It was worth it. Calling him daddy and how she will be crazy if he leaves her and she will give him whatever he wants. Sending him nudes without him asking. He didn't give her much response in the text. She will beg for him to respond and send him like 4 texts in a row. So, number one, no guy wants to see this, let alone some girl you plan on asking to marry next month. But look at this. This guy, he doesn't just have her heart, he has her mind. She's totally obsessed with chasing this guy's validation. That's what he got out of this whole thing. That's what I get out of it. Giving him way more in the bedroom, calling him daddy, bombarding him with texts, sending him nudes, all that type of thing. That's what gals do when they're obsessed with a guy's validation. And the guys that get that aren't nice guys. They are typically the a-holes, the guys that we want to punch in the face, the Chad and Tyrones, and that's just how it is. But eventually they realize it's not going to work with them, and they go settle for a nicer guy who may get some things in the SCX department they can have fun with, but no guy wants to hear or see, God forbid, that his girl's doing that type of thing. And it puts into question her whole why she's with him anyway, that type of thing. But of course, if a guy has issue with these things, he's the bad guy. Now watch this. After watching all that, I just couldn't feel anything. I just sat there turning off my phone thinking about everything. How our SCX was compared to this. How she did everything with him and denied me. Right? You love me so much, you want to marry me, we're planning a life together. How come I'm not getting that position? Or how come I'm not getting that? How she was praising him and how she likes the size, how she liked my size, but how she reacted in the video, just like made me feel like less of a man. After 3 hours, she got home from her work. She immediately asked me what was wrong and why I turned my phone off. I said I was tired and wanted to rest. She knew something was wrong. She asked too many times what happened. I just opened my phone and gave it to her. She got really angry and she started talking badly about her ex, how he treated her bad and how she will ruin his life. After saying I was the best at everything, better than him, how he disrespected her, cheated on her, and I just kept listening to her. So, obviously the ex is a douchebag. And by the way, this sounds like revenge, P-O-R-N. In most places that's illegal, so They could obviously have him arrested and go after him legally for this, but that's another conversation. Criminal charges. She asked me to say something. I asked her, was everything a lie? Her being satisfied with my size in the SCX. She said no, and I asked her why she let him do everything I wanted but denied me. You think he's going to get a straight answer? Good luck. She was getting angrier. She said she was young and she changed and doesn't like them anymore. How he made her sore, how I'm a better lover, how I satisfy her more than him, how I treat her good. What a load of crap. Now, maybe she did things with him that she didn't want to do, but she did them anyway because she wanted his validation. And regardless of that, still, she was willing to do that. And no guy wants to see or hear that, right? Period. And it goes to show you when a guy, typically the bad boy, has her mind, not her heart, her mind, she'll do anything to chase that validation. And yeah, okay, she was younger too, fine, but still, regardless, she was old enough. Not to mention she's making videos with him and sending him pictures. She's telling this guy how he's so great and I'm satisfied, but her actions show, because it's all about actions with her ex, he's really the one that turned her on. At the time, I was just repeating what I saw in my head and told her I need time to think. She said more things, how I'm throwing everything away, and she left. So she's storming off, thinking that you'll chase after her. That type of thing, because nice guys usually chase after girls. After that, I had some drinks and went to bed. In the morning, there were so many missed calls from her and her friends, and voice messages begging me to answer. I just can't see things the same anymore. Even if we get back together, I don't think I will ever want SCX again. So there you go. This guy's understandably bothered by this whole thing. And the ex is a total D-bag. He probably realizes he's trying to mess things up for this guy here and her. And I'd go to the cops about the whole revenge PORN thing. This guy definitely deserves it. But again, this guy's a reason to be bothered by this. Okay? Period. But of course, the comment section overwhelmingly is insulting him, saying he should forget about her past. She did that because she was young and dumb and it doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. And it does matter to this guy. So watch this. One guy says here, honestly, bro, I'll be blunt. Anything she did before you with anyone else has nothing to do with you and her. Bullshit. Spoken from a nice guy. Even if she did like it then, people do change. It's called growing up. If you can't accept that she has a past, what she did in it, then you are an immature jerk that doesn't deserve to be in a relationship with her or anyone else until you learn that. Stop being a little boy and behave like a man. Or stay out of relationships until you're man enough and secure enough to handle situations like this. This guy is allowed to be upset and bothered that he received these videos and pictures from her jerk of a ex-boyfriend. He's allowed to be bothered and upset that he saw that she was not only doing things, but saying things and treating this guy in a manner that he sure as hell isn't being treated. Because, again, this is the gal that he's going to marry, the gal he's planning on marrying. And this guy's insulting him, saying he shouldn't care about her past and forget it. Come on here. This guy truly doesn't get it. When people if somebody's treating somebody differently, better, if you will, then obviously that person is more important to them versus somebody else that gets far less treatment. But a lot of people don't understand that. Another one says, bro, you're being such an a-hole. Her ex was a toxic, abusive piece of crap. Obviously, he sent those videos. He likely manipulated and coerced her into the SX she wasn't comfortable with. I'm sure there's some truth to that. But at the end of the day, she still did that, stayed with him, and she kept sending him, because he saw proof of this, repeated texts and videos and nudes and all this stuff to please him. He had her mind. So, come on here. He's allowed to be bothered by this. She's not innocent. Doing stuff with you that would take her back somewhere she doesn't want to go. Why would she want to engage in triggering SCX acts, a reminder of human garbage? You're being so selfish, sulking with your insecurities because you're butthurt that she doesn't like to do that stuff with you anymore, that she talked up his DICK, and you have to make it all about you, despite the fact that she's the one whose videos are being sent off by her garbage ex. Well, she's allowed to be upset that his ex is interfering and sending these videos, but still, they're making out like this guy's the villain because he has a problem with this, and he's allowed to. Period. But again, most people don't understand human behavior, and most people are terrible at relationships, hence the mess that we have out there. He also says, she felt safe and happy with you, and your BS reaction to her ex's sabotage will ruin it. I guess she's better off without you. Hopefully she can find someone whose first reaction to this situation would be to comfort her, and having those videos sent out, not to throw a pity party and cry. Woe is me, my girlfriend's ex had a bigger wiener, grow up. See? The whole comment section is full of this, but that's typical. A guy's not allowed to be bothered by anything. He should be stoic at all times and just put up with things, because if he cares about her past or her actions or anything like that, then he is insecure. He's controlling. He's all these negative things. It's ridiculous. Again, if she found out things about him that he did with a previous girlfriend, and it's usually not the SCX, it's the romance stuff, she'd have a problem with it, and none of these people would care. Another guy says here, now we're going to have something a little different. He says, this is some weirdo shit. She did everything with him, but denies me crap is just insane to me. People have different S-word behaviors of different people for a variety of reasons. It has nothing to do with who is better. Yeah, people do different things with different people because, in terms of being adventurous, because they see each person different. The person who somebody is the object of their affection, they're more likely to be, in terms of the gals, more adventurous, more willing to explore, do things they may not want to do, but just to make that guy happy, versus the guy that they settle for and he gets the bare minimum. From the way it sounds to me, he barely gave her the time of day, but they would have good SCX. That's the point. He barely gave her the time of day, and she was always chasing after his validation. Therefore, he got the better SCX. She was into him way more than he was to her, and she did all these things to try and appease him. However, this obviously didn't, as he wasn't replying to her texts even when she begged him to. Now that she's moved on and seemingly happy with you, this loser is crying over what he missed out on. You're focusing on the wrong shit. Technically, he sent you revenge PORN, which is highly illegal. Well, that is true. He did send revenge PORN, and they should deal with it. Two more now. People are going to help this guy. This guy says, I would like to point out this relationship advice. The poor guy just got emasculated with images and information he never asked for, now permanently burned into cerebellum. Show some decency, Redditors. Be kind. Finally, somebody standing up to this guy. Redditors, be kind. No, they're always going to overwhelmingly defend the girl. And last one. This shows how immature Reddit can be. The OP didn't react like an emotionless robot and didn't do exactly as they think he should have done. And they just throw insults at him. How dare he have emotions, doubts, and insecurities? A male should be straight-faced robot all the time. He's being sarcastic. If someone sent him videos of her cheating on him, I'm sure these people would chastise him for not trusting her 100% and for breaching her privacy by looking at the video. Finally, somebody insults the bonehead Reddit community. So anyway, guys, yeah, that guy, her ex is an a-hole, obviously, and he deserves what's coming. But this guy has a right to react the way he did. And don't ever let anybody tell you otherwise if something happens to you there. And at the end of the day, when women see a guy as a prize, they will chase the validation. And typically, when the guy gives them less validation, the guy they want to, they're willing to do anything to make him happy. And no guy who's about to marry a girl who gets way less in terms of affection and treatment and love and the bedroom action wants to know about that. And he's going to take issue with that, and I got no issue with that. Anyway, we shall see how this turns out.